Alright, good morning. Welcome to Studio Jedi Livestream. It is the 28th of December, 2021. Oh, man. So it's a little late this morning. I normally do this around 5, 6 in the morning. It's now 10. Been playing Figure Fantasy, so shout out to those of you who are joining me today from there. Here I got a couple of new followers. I see that I believe it's pronounced Sarah, Tzera. Has subscribed, and you make it. Hi, nice to see you here. So, anyway, yesterday we didn't get much of a stream. Had about an hour before I kind of lost all energy. We got our Jedi up a little bit. We got her legs finished. Well, we got her legs built. I do have some touch-up paint to come back and do here in a bit on some of the cleanup, but that's where she's sitting at right now, and. So she's got some legs so she can now stand. I don't have to keep her on a peg anymore. So she's just going to hang up here on the monitor. And today we're working on Sith. So we're, sorry, I guess that cowl kind of gets in the way, doesn't it? We'll turn it around so you can actually see her face. We're going to work on her legs. So I'm doing these tandem builds. I'm doing them basically the same steps, repeated either side. Slightly different option parts on each one. Going for a slightly more... toned down minimalist armor for the Jedi, a little bit more aggressive look for the Sith. Both kits themselves are virtually the same. It's two different editions of the same kit. You've got the Magatsuki Kikka and the regular straight Magatsuki. And when I got them, the first thought was to swap the clear effect parts over. I just thought it'd make for a nice, cleaner blue, white, and gold, more regal look, and then the pink would be more like a dark Advent kind of version. And as that thought process went down the line, and I've probably said this to death in the progression of videos as I've gone along, it just kind of went from good versus evil to Jedi versus Sith, and that's where we're sitting at today. So I'm going to go ahead and skip the basic steps for building this upper thigh. Because we're going to build the armored upper, so I'm not even going to bother with any of that. I will have to go back and build the calf, but I'm just going to jump right in, and we're going to get started. And yeah, if you pop in, you want to say hello, live chat is open. I can keep an eye on it. I haven't had my coffee yet. I have had all my medications, which is good. They've had a chance to take over. I'm still shaky, but we're gonna make the best of it and see what we can get accomplished here. So hopefully I should be hearing back from the doctor here any day with confirmation of what may or may not be the results of the most recent test I took. So hopefully that I actually kind of want it to come back positive. I'm tired of playing this guessing game and going for more and more tests, and it's not good, but at the same time I want to know, and I think I covered that in the last video. I just want to have a plan. I want to have a goal. I want to not be freaking sick all the time. But I hear tell that I have a voice for radio, and I made a little joke there that I kind of feel like I have the face for it too, especially lately. I haven't shaved in I don't know, it's been a while. You could probably go back in the videos and see back when I was shaving back then, when I actually felt a little better. But yeah. So I kind of actually thought about giving myself a haircut this morning and a shave, and then I was up until almost 3 in the morning, and I woke up not feeling like busting out the clippers or the razor, and I said, screw this. You would have thought I'd make coffee, but the missus makes the coffee. She does a really good job at it. That's kind of her thing. I seem to always screw it up, whether it's I overfill the coffee pot and get coffee or water all over the counter, or I get grounds in it, or I neglect to put the vanilla in it, so it's got that little bit of vanilla flavor. Anyway, I can't seem to ever make coffee right, which is funny because I'm a whiz in the kitchen. I'm a great cook, but I can't make coffee for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's too early in the morning and I'm just not fully functionable yet. But yeah, you know, it's funny, actually, that comment about having a voice for radio. I'm subjected to radio at work. I don't actually really listen to radio. I have my collection of music on my computer here, and it boasts about 13,000 songs, somewhere in that neighborhood. I think I've whittled it down. I think it's closer to like 11,000 now, but it's still over 50 gigabytes of music. And I just kind of prefer my own music, and I can't actually stand to listen to the radio hosts just babble on, and yet here I am doing the same thing on these streams. But I mean, I guess if I didn't, you'd just see some hands moving around on the screen with no words being said, and it'd be really boring. And I do hope that I can start actually getting a decent amount of people here where I can actually communicate. Why aren't you going in there? What is your deal? What's your dysfunction? Oh, I'm trying to put it upside down. It's my dysfunction. Well, look how much easier that is when you get it the right way. Wow. Maybe I shouldn't build without coffee. We got plans. We're going to head out for a little bit today, brave the weather. It's been over minus 20, and it is currently... Oops, I did not pay attention to which one was which. This could be a problem down the line. All right. And you don't shimmer the backside of it for me to see which one's which. Should be you. There we go. I'm going to say it's probably this one. So set that one aside. So if that's the case, then this one is probably the one I'm after. Come here. Are you going to adjust this camera? Pull it forward or something? Or move myself a little closer to the... Oh, there goes the light. Hold on. Morning, dear. Come on. There you go. 1, 2, 3. Oh shit, I forgot about laundry. I sure am.
Sorry.
That's okay. Never let work get in the way of work. I'm just going to assume that that's... Oh, let's see. So if that goes that way... Oh, maybe that is backward. Uh-oh. Jumped ahead of myself here, and I wasn't paying attention to which one I needed where. Whoopsie. Uh-oh. I'm getting a ding here. No, there's not supposed to be any work today, so hopefully I don't get a call from my boss going, hey, where are you? Because that could be problematic. I think that's this one then. Right, because then that returns and that goes up. Yep. Alright. Now, which one was K? I believe you're K, yes. And I'm looking for... This is this one. So then this one turns. Yes, the animals have been fed. Okay, so that one's that one, that one's this one. Okay. I need 7 and 11 and U9, so... U9 is going to be a nice sparkly red piece. So where's that at? Where did I put those? Right here. Woohoo! Coffee will be here shortly. And for those of you who are actually watching one of my videos today, or my streams today for the first time, I almost explicitly do custom work. I don't generally build straight out of the box. It's pretty rare that I'll get a kit without the intent to actually rob it for parts for something else. So if you have any questions about the kit that I'm building, I can maybe answer, what bases I'm using, what parts are coming from what kit, price values, where to find them. Some of them have been pre-order only. You may not be able to get them now. Much like in the game, for those of you joining me from the game, extremely rare kits, hard to get. Scalpers make them even worse. Now, this should go over the top of this. There. There. This is probably going to be the left thigh, I'm assuming. This will be the boot going up on the outside of the leg. Oh, I am going to like that. That is clean. Alright, to the other side, and we'll put the knees and then the calves. Okay, we have some running around to do, like I was saying. I got to get a new snow shovel. I got a letter I want to send out to a friend. Need to get new work boots. My boots are pretty much at the end of their laces. The sole's pretty much gone. There's a crack in the toe that when I walk through the snow, it's lets snow in. And of course my foot gets cold. When we got 2.5 feet of snow the last couple days there, it makes a guy not really want to go outside. So we gotta do something about that. Hopefully the truck starts. I didn't plug it in last night, so that might be a problem. It got to negative 26. I don't have a spare extension cord at the moment, so I might have to buy one of those while I'm out. Actually, it's on my list. I should just buy one. That I got for the front and for the back. And then be good to go on that. And come on. Flush up. There you go. So now we gotta go back. Oh, should I do the legs over here? Oh, she gets ribbons in the back of her legs still. Cool. Which ones? She gets 2. Those are all 2. They're all the same. That doesn't change. I wasn't sure if I was going to put the ribbons on, but why not? I might end up painting these black, or making them like frayed, like I did with the front skirt there. It's not supposed to look like that. It's supposed to look more like. Do I have one over here? It's supposed to be shorter and flat, cut off more like that. And we extended them and added some extra material to get them to that length. Made him look a little more tattered. We. Sure, you're all along with me on this journey. We is a word we can use. Right? Ooh. Come on. There it goes. Give me a little bit of hassle here. And we have some feet. I could probably do those two over here. So, let's see, which one is this one? Well, these are identical trees, so it shouldn't matter on these which order of what goes where. And I will need C9 and C2. Yeah. Unfortunately, this will be an extra set of knee joints, so I can always use these somewhere else, or ankle joints. So I'll be able to use these on another doll custom or another figure down the line if I need an extra joint somewhere. So that'd be kind of nice having a. There's one thing to be said about these kits is a lot of them, Kotobukiya particularly likes to use duplicate runners across multiple kits. So you'll have or segments from different kits across multiple kits, and you'll end up with quite a few that actually can be used on later builds, extra parts that you can use down the line. What am I looking at? Let's see. That's all D. T. Where's my C's? I'm sure I have another one here somewhere. D, D, D. Yes, that's all I need off C for now. Okay. Cool. I don't even need that one. All right. So that's all I needed off of C for now. D's. All right. So D7. It looks like I'm actually going to lose a little bit of mobility with these feet, but that's all right. So D. Hey, hey, hey! Not necessary. Shush. I didn't hear the doorbell ring. Oh, sounds like there's somebody here though. Might be Jerry. I think she might have had plans to stop by today. Or maybe it's my sister-in-law.
Oh, what do I do?
Who's here? Pam?
Lock yourself out?
Sorry, can't help her.
Okay, but just.
Well, she doesn't get to yell at me while I'm clearing snow off my truck and expect me to help her when she has a problem.
You didn't tell me what happened there. You started to.
Yeah. Like, no offense. Like, I don't mean to be a jerk, but that's, you know, she's over here. Sorry, the neighbor lady's over here. She's unfortunately not with all her full mental capabilities. But I think that also might be just a free pass for her to act the way she's acting. And it might sound a little heartless and cruel, but she was over here ringing my doorbell at 11 o'clock the other night, waking my kids up, making my dog go nuts, pounding on my door, screaming that she locked herself out of her house. And I says, well, I can't. I don't know what to do to help you. Like, I can call you a locksmith. Oh, no, I can't pay for a locksmith. Well, I don't really have the money to pay for a locksmith to get you in your house either. I'm not going to lock myself out of the house. And the units that we live in, it's the same landlord. We're not in an apartment. We're in, duplex housing. She's in one down a few more houses, but they're all owned by the same people. So I got a hold of my landlord, and I was like, hey, what should I do here? Like, I got the, a neighbor lady here pounding on my door. Is there something you can do to help? And he says, well, I have keys to all the units, but I don't have keys to her unit right now because the interior health people, the people who look after her and take care of her place, they changed the locks and they haven't given me a key yet. And I said, oh, so what should I do? So I didn't really know what to do at that point. So, she's standing out in the front yard in her Crocs and a foot and a half of snow. And I felt really bad. And I was going to invite her in, but, it's 11 o'clock at night. My dog's going nuts. Kids are sleeping. So I just stood with her on the front porch and talked with her for a bit. And, she seemed like a decent enough lady. And I ended up calling the police for her and non-emergency dispatch and just said, hey, I think this lady needs some help. I don't know what I can do to help. She's locked her keys in. Maybe there's a contact you guys can get a hold of. You can get a hold of the property, the interior health people or something for her. They ended up sending out a couple of squad units, and they dealt with the situation. I turned it over to them, and I went to bed and didn't hear nothing about it. Next day, I'm out shoveling snow and trying to get my truck cleared off so I can leave and go out, and she comes out on her front porch and just starts yelling at me. I'm trying to talk to her nice and, hey, everything worked out? You get in your house? Everything going good? And, I thought she'd told me her name was Pat. So I called, I said, Pat, and she says, my name is not Pat, it's Pam, or Mrs. Robinson to you. You don't talk to me like that. And I'm like, I'm very sorry. I thought you told me your name was Pat, And she just continued to yell and berate me, and I said, okay, well, next time you need help, please don't come to my house. Like, I'm not going to help you if this is the way you're going to act toward me after I did a nice thing for you and took care of you. And I don't have to. That's the thing. It's my house. It's my home. It's my family. And I'm not in a position where I need to waste part of my time or life assisting people who are going to treat me badly. And, that sounds maybe a little bad. Like I should be a little bit more, I guess the biblical term is long-suffering and kind. But, my life is limited. I have a certain amount of time on this earth, and to do the things that I want to do, building models, spend time with my family. Hey, baby. Thank you for my coffee. Those are the kinds of things that... So what'd she say?
She's like, I'm sorry, I can't do anything for you. She's like, so I'm just going to have to wait for interior health to get here. And I was like, yeah, I'm sorry. She's like, well, okay, thank you. And then it was fucked off.
Good.
It's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, stop locking yourself out of your house. Come up with a...
Locking yourself out of your house is not my problem.
Yeah.
But what do you expect me to do? I'm not a locksmith.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not a locksmith, and even if I was, you'd have to pay for it.
Exactly.
Here's an idea. Stop locking yourself out of your house.
I don't want to be, that ignorant. But, what do you do?
You do that once, and you think that you wouldn't let it happen again. You do it twice, and... Okay.
I did it twice. In the apartment, I locked myself out twice. But then I never did it again.
Then I never did it again. Remember when your sister used to lock her keys in the car every second Sunday?
Yeah, that's why we had a spare key.
That's why we had a spare for her. Yeah. But yeah, so anyway, that's low-income housing, hey? No, it's not usually too bad. Most of the neighbors we've had are good. She's new. She's been here. I want to say she's been here less than a month. She's moved in with a roommate, and you know, as I was saying, you know, we only get so much time on this earth to do the things we want to do, and if we spend all of our time helping others, it's a good and rewarding feeling. But if we spend all that time helping others who don't need the help or can't be bothered to help themselves, then it's time that we're wasting. We're buying out time from the things we want to do that we enjoy, that are our life, to give to somebody else, and it's not appreciated, you know. And that's the thing. Like, as soon as the cop showed up the other night, she just left. No word of a thank you. No thanks for sitting with me. No nothing. Just, oh, good, the police are here, Kate, and just left. And you know, like I in that situation, you know, I get it. She's cold. She's been out in the snow with Crocs, and yeah, I didn't expect any thanks for it. You know, it would have been nice, but you know, to be yelled at and berated the next day, that's not acceptable. And I don't care if there's a mental disability element there. It's obviously something that person needs to learn, is that you don't treat people that way, regardless of how many issues you may have. What's up, baby? We'll play Fortnite as soon as I'm done this stream. I just have to build 2 feet and a set of calves and some knees, and I'll put everything together and we can go play some Fortnite. Okay. All right. So how long is it? The last stream was about an hour long, so this one should be close to about that. It's going to take longer the more I keep getting interrupted, though. So I'll be up soon, okay? All right. Children. Such a blessing. No, really, I love my kids. They're great. We only have the one right now. Sarah's here. She's at his dad's. He's my stepson. Trying to be a better step-parent to him than any of the ones that I had. I had a few. I'll leave it at that. I won't get into too much. I'm sure my mom doesn't want me airing any dirty laundry about her on a stream. I mean, it is what it is, I suppose, but... Okay, what am I looking at here? This... Aha. This is going to go this way? No, I don't think so. That is not going to go on like that. Talk to me. Which way do we go? Can't see it. Looking at that. Sometimes the instructions aren't always the clearest. Okay, what am I looking at? Okay, so the hole goes to the bottom. Okay, so we're good there. So I'm actually looking at... What am I looking at? That's got to go this way? That? Aha, okay. So this goes to the back. Like so. That is different. What the heck? That does not seem right. Where does it go? Like this. Ah, there we go. Okay. That makes more sense. So this one will go follow suit. It'll go across this way. That's actually the front then, isn't it? Nope. Yes. So this will go through here into this, which goes there. Man, yeah, that does. Just no side-to-side motion, is there? Ooh, okay. That's where the side-to-side comes in. Gotcha. All right, so it still retains the same range. That's good. And then you are going to go... what? That is not the piece I needed. I need D12. That goes somewhere else. Uh-oh. Shit. Where's D12? No. T12. T2. So that's going to be the... Is that... Gold? What is that? Where's T? Are you T? No, you're K. Is T on a gray tree? Ah, T is on a gray tree. Okay. Back on track now. Yes, I'm talking to myself on stream. Or anyone who's listening. Not that anyone helps me. It's like Steve or Steve from Blue's Clues or Dora the Explorer. Do you see the piece I'm looking for? That's right. It's right here. How did I not see that? You know, they actually never said that kind of shit, did they? You know, it's just like, good job. And you're like, yeah. No, hey, didn't see that, you fucking moron. Like, dude. Come on, open your eyes. And like, swipe or no swiping is actually going to cause them to stop. Man, you can't rehabilitate most criminals, and after prison for 5 years, they can still go out and commit the same shit. Like, you think a raccoon's going to just stop stealing because you tell him not to? I guess that's why he's back in the next episode doing it too, eh? The shows you watch with your kids. Actually, we started watching this one called Bluey. It's on Disney Plus. Actually, pretty good. I like Bluey. Way too wholesome. Like, so wholesome you almost want to gouge your eyes out. As a parent, like, I don't... Yeah. The two parents that are in that show... Well, there's more than two, but the two main parents that are in that show have the most patient and... like... perfect, like they're like the perfect parents, and every time I watch the show I'm like, man, I feel like such a crappy parent for watching, or you know, for not being this way. But like, it's unrealistic. You can't be with your kids like that all the time. You know, you gotta have your own life too. Well, that is a tiny piece, and my fingers are big and shaky. There we go. Perfect. Now this one's going to probably go here with this one. Don't even really need to look, do I? I better though, just make sure I don't screw something up. Oh, do I actually cut that off? I do cut that off. Okay, good. I wasn't sure. I've done that before. I accidentally cut off nibs that I was not supposed to. Found myself in trouble. Slide back in here so I can actually get back on the screen. Yeah, I think Sarah just wants to open her Fortnite gift. It's the season of Christmas in Fortnite, so there's a new thing to open every day, a new present. I think she's got 3 more left to go. I think she's got 1 more left to go, and she gets a new skin on the one side. I don't know, I got that one already. I focused on one side and went from there and then switched. Alright, we have boot, number 1. There's no clear effects on there, I guess, eh? Kind of weird. Oh, well, you know, I guess most of the boot's going to be covered by the main covering there, so that's probably not going to matter too much. Alright, let's get this side cleaned up and put together. Yes, I am a child of the 80s and 90s. So you're going to probably hear some music that not only YouTube doesn't want you to hear, I'm pretty sure this one's going to get a strike. Mariah Carey, who recently took the #1 spot for most played song of all time. She got some award for that, for the All I Want for Christmas Is You song. It is now the #1 song played of all time, beating out Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven and Jingle Bell Rock now. Yeah. Congrats, Mariah. Okay, yep, I definitely see, yep, radio announcer voice, I definitely hear it now. Yep. Yep. That's a thing that just happened. Stupid funny facts. Speaking of stupid funny facts, last night in the figure fantasy game, and I'm going to touch on this briefly, because I know it's a controversial subject for some. The subject of digital or artistic child pornography came up in the chat, and it was quite a chat. The opponents on both sides. Strangely enough, one of the proponents I saw was running with a female gender identifier on their username, and not to say that a female couldn't be a predator. I mean, look at Ghislaine Maxwell. If you're not familiar with that, oh boy, do a Google search on that name and Jeffrey Epstein, and oh my goodness. Of course, she is innocent until proven guilty, but she's guilty as the day is long. So I don't know how they're ever going to get a jury that's not going to be biased toward her. Anyway, probably another topic that might get video in trouble, but I don't really care. I mean, this is my video. I can do and say what I want. I have freedom of speech. I know there are user agreements and things that say that I will not talk about certain subjects or topics or whatnot, but freedom of discussion, I would think, openly about certain topics should be allowable. And I'm not going to read all of the fine print about what is allowable and what isn't. I mean, I'm well past my 5 minutes into the video, so I'm sure at this point I can talk about whatever I want. But anyway, the subject came up about Lolita child porn in distributed media or viewed media, online content, as long as it is hand-drawn or digitally drawn work, whether or not it is legal or illegal. And everything I have ever read on the subject has indicated that it is internationally taboo and illegal in most places. Some places going as far as to even take that subject to the full extent as if it were actual child pornography or actual depictions of sex with minors or sexual situations with minors. And as a father of 2 children now, and one of them being an 8-year-old girl, I have a very strong stance on child pornography. I don't think it's acceptable in any sense of the words, whether it's a depiction of it or not. And the argument came up that concerning Evangelion, plastic waifus, as plastic waifus, and that all the characters from the show could be considered plastic waifus. And I said, no, you really can't. You can only really look at Ritsuko and Misato, in that way, as they are essentially the only 2 adult characters in the show. That have main spotlight. Canonically, both Rei, Asuka, and I think there's a new girl, I don't know her name, I haven't actually kept up with my Evangelion in a while. And unless it's been rewritten since I watched the series, canonically, you have to be 14 years old to pilot an Eva. which would mean that Asuka and Rey are 14. So, all of the sexualization of them as characters is, in my opinion, is not acceptable. Now, I mean, when I was 16, 15, 16 years old and just found out about it, sure, I maybe thought of them as cute. But I mean, again, it's a character, it's a drawing, it's not something that necessarily has a sexual attraction for me, holds a sexual attraction for me. But that being said, for someone to say, oh, I'd like them to be my wife, it was to me, it was, well, you do understand that this person is depicted as 14 years old. That kind of talk isn't really acceptable, dude. And that sparked a lot of controversy in the chat. I didn't really intend for that. But I had people saying, no, it's not illegal because they're drawings. Well, you can very quickly and very easily go and do a Google search for... did I just put that on wrong? No, I put that on right. Right? That's how that one is, right? Yeah. For the legalities of depictions of pornographic material of children under the age, minors. And you can find very quickly that whether it's a drawing or not, it is in fact illegal. But there was arguments flying back and forth on both sides, and it was really kind of, in one respect, it was disconcerting. It was concerning to see how many people actually view underage. Like I think one particular was brought up, depicted middle school, Japanese middle school girls being tentacle raped, and it's like, no, not okay, not to me. I mean, if you're watching this and that's your thing, whatever, that's your thing. But from a legal standpoint, that's not really acceptable. And the argument was, well, if it exists, then it's legal. And I got a good chuckle out of that, because just because something exists doesn't mean it's legal. It's crack cocaine exists, and in most of the world it's illegal. Opium exists, and in most of the world it's illegal to partake of as a controlled substance. There's a lot of things out there that are in fact legal that maybe shouldn't be, and there are a lot of things out there that are aren't legal that maybe should be. It's kind of a fine line, but something like that to me is not legal and not acceptable in any sense of the term. So just that, I moved on from that subject pretty quick, because obviously it was not something that was going to be a freedom of exchange of thought, and certainly the people who felt the way positively about that sort of thing that they felt weren't going to just suddenly change their minds and be like, you know what, you're right, I'm going to stop viewing this kind of material, or I'm going to stop discussing this kind of material, and that's fine. That's their point. And in my mind, there is some truth to the ideal that I would rather see somebody, a sexual predator in that sense, be more attracted to a media source that satisfies any urges they may have, than to actually go out and act on those urges. So, I would prefer that they seek help, but that I can't control those situations. And so on one hand, maybe it is okay for these things to exist. Oh no, maybe it's it's not such a bad thing, but at the same time, I don't agree with or accept it as any kind of form of something that I want to be part of. So, like I said, I pretty much dropped out of that chat, and I don't know to say that it'll resurface again. It was an interesting conversation though, and certainly something that I would be passionate about should it become a bigger issue. It's kind of funny though, because the minute people start talking about that kind of thing, there is a divide. There is a creation of people debating the ideals, and when somebody's defending it, defending something that maybe in their mind is acceptable, but most people agree is not. basically to see them kind of get called out as a predator or a pedophile, and then to have to kind of defend themselves. It's on one hand, it's kind of enjoyable to watch because there's this sudden backlash of just chaos, and that's it's like watching a train wreck. You just kind of have to sit back and go, ooh, and you can't really turn away. But at the same time, like that person, whatever interests they may or may not have, that's their personal thing, and it's something that could be kept personal into themselves, and maybe they shouldn't be attacked for it necessarily. If they're not acting on those urges, if they're not doing anything with those urges, if they're just merely acknowledging that those things exist. But I mean, the comments were coming out that no, it's perfectly legal. The United Nations shot down bills that would have, prevented this kind of thing. And you can very easily pop on Google and you can ask Google questions. You can United Nations standpoint on Lolita pornography or child pornography. You can start going down that rabbit hole, and you can find that all of these defensive arguments that were coming across from the people who are defending it were something that wasn't accurate. It wasn't a legitimate argument. It was usually the information was false, or and I think people are going to justify in their own minds what they feel is right and wrong. Otherwise, we wouldn't have crime and punishment systems. People are going to think it's okay to do certain things because they can find a way in their mind to make it okay for them to do it. But I mean, around the world, there are certain things that everyone finds abhorrent. Rape, theft, murder. These are things that, regardless of your race, religion, background, aren't acceptable. The world looks at those things as a whole and goes, hey, this is not okay. Now, there are different subsets and classes of that go further along. You've got genitalia mutilation in the Middle East, subservient behaviors being forced upon people, harems, the list goes on with the kind of things that are out there that one nation may deem acceptable and another may not. But that doesn't mean that it's necessarily right or wrong. If that's all you've ever known, then that's how it is. Aboriginal tribes, while I don't necessarily condone it, certain Aboriginal tribes, rape is part of their culture. Like that's how you pick your mate. You just take them by the hair and you drag them off to a cave, and now that's your mate. And you can have multiple mates, and we can look at that now and say, wow, it's barbaric. You can't, that's not okay. You can't do that. But really, only in the developed worlds, the Western worlds, that kind of thing is really brought to light. We don't purposely go out and try to tell people that the way they believe is wrong, unless there's some sort of interest in it, like oil or rubber or, yeah, that's a complete different philosophical tangent I've just got off onto here, but deep stuff. In my opinions. So maybe you're not here for that. Maybe you're just here to watch me build a model kit and learn some of my processes. And I do tend to ramble a little bit. So if you want me to shut up, just say so. If you're here. If you're not here and you're watching this later, you can always turn the volume down. You don't like what I have to say? I don't blame you. I need to build those shins here pretty quick. Alright, so we have knees. Actually, I think I'll wait until we have them on the calves before I shove them in, because I think the calves build around them. Yeah, they do. I only just did this yesterday. You'd think I'd remember. Alright, I'm going to need these. That's the downside to the full armor build, is that we're not going to see the calf with the glowing crap. I should have to cut those out early. I need that, and I need C14, which is this one. Is that all? Just front and back? That's it? Okay. I feel like there should be more armor to the leg. So get that off of both of those. Can actually go back in the box, I think. And then I'm gonna need K. So yeah, we're gonna be a little over an hour for this one probably. There's a couple extra pieces to build, and where are we at time-wise? I don't even know. Can't even see it. Oh well. Move this. Come here. My mouse went to sleep. We are at almost an hour, so yeah, it'll be a little over an hour. It's good timing. So that was that. Get this out of here. Uh-oh. Did I lose my other one? No, it's right here. And then I need C4, yeah. Won't need H3 for this one, will I? Nope. No, I do not. Okay, because I'm not building that. So I just need H4, H1, H2. These kits are pretty well undergated. A lot of these parts that I nip off, I don't necessarily need to clean up, but I do, and it does make me have to go back and do some repaint on some of the stuff, but I'm okay with that. I like to put a second coat on all my stuff anyway. This is all only had one coat on the runners. A lot of people do not like me painting on the runners, or just don't like people painting on the runners in general. But to them I say, you build your models your way, I'll build them mine. And if it bothers you, you don't have to follow me. You can always just look at my result at the end. I don't have an airbrush, do everything by hand, rattle can and hand paint, and I get just as good as results, if not better, because I can actually control my hand brush a lot better than I think I could control an airbrush, and I can apply a lot of the same similar effects. I can do a lot of the same things that a lot of people do with airbrush, and I don't have to do as much prep work as they do. I wash my runners, I spray paint what I'm going to spray paint, I partition out my hand paints, and I just go, you know. Yeah. We're going to need these. Mario, woohoo! I am starting to get a little fatigued here. My brain is starting to get foggy and I'm getting kind of dizzy. This kind of happened yesterday too, so it's about the right amount of time. I mean, I am kind of pushing myself a little bit, but it's just about the right time for streaming, for building at a time and kind of getting some enjoyment out of not feeling the greatest, but getting some progress made. I don't need any of the rest of this right now, so I'm putting that away. A little prep work here for the cleanup. And let's cut our calves out for this side. And then I probably won't be doing any work on either of these girls for the next couple days. I'll probably work on them on the weekend, so I'll be back probably Saturday morning with a stream. Gotta work tomorrow for sure. A couple hours. I'll work 2 hours right now while I'm, I guess, being rehabilitated or discovering what the heck is wrong with me. 2 hours today, or 2 hours tomorrow, 2 hours on Thursday, and then 4 hours on Friday. It's a half day at work anyway because it's New Year's observance. But even with that, Doc's not letting me work more than 4 hours until I see her next week anyway. So I'll be visiting with her at some point. Okay, so where do they want me to put that? Where is that actually going to end up going? So that's actually, okay, that's going into there. That's fine. Do I have to take out the... Nope. Okay. Yeah. I'm sure I had more on that tangent that I was getting off on, but I've lost it. It's okay. Probably don't want to hear me ramble on about that anymore anyway. I don't blame me. That one's under gate was not in a good spot. That was in a bad spot. It's like right in the middle of this fold. Right here. No? What was that one? Uh-oh. Oh. Not important. Don't bother me if it's not important. Why am I getting an email from the CEO of the British Columbia SPCA? What? Didn't even know I was on their mailing list. Although I guess I made a donation a couple years ago, pretty big one. I thought I did that anonymously. Yeah, whatever. Actually, I haven't gotten my phone call recently from the Canada Border Control Services telling me that they have intercepted a suspicious package that contained drugs or other paraphernalia that is of a sensitive content, and I need to contact the local magistrate, which I think is hilarious because they're not called magistrates, but you know, whatever. And that I need to take immediate action or be arrested. My favorite thing to do with these people these days is to grab a pot from off the counter. Oh, what the? Did I thought I got all those pieces. Did I miss it? Put my phone on speaker, put the pot over the top of my phone, and bang it vigorously. And you know, I got to commend these people. They actually tend to stay on the line afterward and then hang up. They don't hang up while I'm banging the pot. They let the pot bang until they're they're ready for me to stop, and then they hang up. I used to do like a loud scream in the ear for a while too. Sometimes I try to sell them on a 0% interest rate on their credit cards and ask them for their credit cards, which is another scam that goes around. So I make it sound like they've called another scam office. I think the next time I get one, I think I'm going to pick up and be like, you know, in the worst accent that I can muster. And apologies to anyone watching the stream that's, you know, I'm not trying to be racist here, but there's a certain demographic that tends to make these phone calls. And, you know, I'm sure there's lots of jokes to go around, but I think I'm going to try to pull off my best accent and be like, you know, Abdul, is that you? What are you doing, man? Why are you calling my phone? You know, like, just to, you know, see if there's any illicit reaction. I mean, I guess technically they would probably speak to each other in Hindi or Pakistani or whatever language. I'd probably need to do a little research into that and figure out some phrases and learn how to say them. But I think that'd be hilarious, you know. Act like you're calling or you're receiving a call from somebody in their own office. And they've gotten really good about it. They've started cloning numbers to call, and they're using legitimate numbers. So I'll get a call. I got a call from an attorney's office a couple weeks ago, and when I saw the number pop up on my phone, it was a registered number, said their attorney's office number on it and everything, and so I called it back, and you know, because they didn't leave a message or anything, I didn't actually get to the phone, and I called the guy just to let him know, hey, by the way, your phone's been cloned and people are using it to try to perform scams, and he reached out to me, called me back, you know, just apologized for it happening. And I'm like, yeah, well, it's not your doing. You're not the one trying to scam people out of money. And I guess I don't understand the negativity in that resolves in mankind. The want to try to get over on somebody. You know, like, to defraud somebody out of money, you know, like, how low do you got to be, like, to make up something? Why? Just so you don't have to go work a job, so you don't have to do something. You're going to split profits with the other 8 guys who are also thieves. I mean, there's no honor among thieves. You really think you're actually going to get all the profit? Like, but I mean, it's rampant. It's everywhere. You know, there's people cheating Fortnite, and we played a match last night where Nelly was point blank range behind a guy with a shotgun, shot him 5 times, didn't take any damage at all. And it wasn't that she was missing. I could see it. I was spectating. Like, the sights were on him. She freaking was hitting him, and he wasn't taking any damage. And he turns around and kills her in like 2 hits. And it's like, huh. You know, or you'll be riding on one of the quads that they have now and clear across the map, and all of a sudden, boom, you're taken out by a sniper in 1 hit. And it's like, well, you know, I know there's skills, but I got full shields. I got full life. You've hit me from some distance because I don't know where you are, and you've taken me out in 1 hit, and I'm not sitting still. So, you know, and then, of course, you know, killed by anonymous 235 or killed by random button mashing number keys. And it's like, how is this fun for you? You know, I mean, I'm not really in it to play for ranked matches. I'm not out there trying to make a name for myself in Fortnite. I'm just out here to enjoy the game, like having a good time with my wife and kids. And I just get blindside killed out of nowhere for no reason. Like, you're not hurting my ranking. You're not affecting my gameplay. Like, what are you actually achieving here? And I don't really understand the mentality of people who want to do that. I guess it's just maybe not how I was raised. But it's certainly, you know, it's certainly frustrating to have happen to you. And it's a curious thing as to why anyone feels the need to do that. What satisfaction they get out of it. I mean, ooh, you know, I'm ranked 20 whatever under my fake username, and I've won my last 12 matches because I cheated. Is that bragging rights? Like, you can't honestly say you earned it. But Well, I don't know. You get an account ban, you go create another fake account, whatever. Man, I am all over the map with it. Oh, no. Oh, no, you did not. Uh-oh. Well, that just broke. Got this piece in wrong, and I pushed it in too far and too hard, and now I've got to figure out which leg it does belong on. It's this one, isn't it? Nope. It's the small end. So it's this one. Okay. And this is going to go. Fortunately, it snapped off cleanly in there, so I can just push this in. And no one's going to know, except me and you watching the video. Ah, damn it. Setback. Come on. Get in there. There we go. Nellie and I watched In the Heights last night for the first time. It was her Christmas movie. We, every year I buy a new Christmas movie or two for everyone in the family. In the Heights was one of hers, as well as the Evangelion DVD set with the movies. Didn't actually have all the movies like I thought it did, which was kind of unfortunate. But anyway, so we watched that. It was pretty good. We had also just finished binge watching Good Omens, which is a book by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman. Very good book. And the TV series adaptation was really well done. 6 episodes, so it's pretty short, hour each, on Amazon, which I became a accidental Amazon Prime member. I haven't had Amazon Prime ever, and I've used Amazon for years, but yet I did a checkout there just before Christmas, and okay, which way does this go? I have forgotten. Oh, I need the gold piece in there first anyway. I went to check out, and I guess I'd applied a coupon for something, and the only thing that coupon really did for me was it got me the maybe that didn't go in first. Got me like $2 off or something like that. But by accepting the coupon, I was accepting the terms of the Amazon Prime membership, and I didn't realize that. And so when I checked out, it was like, now that you're a Prime member, and I was like, whoa. Well, I guess I'm a Prime member now. So yeah, I guess I'm part of the alpha race. Why are you acting like you don't want to freaking go in there all the way? I can't really get it on the edge. There you go. Yeah, I'm going to have to go back and clean that up. Oh well. Just marred that piece a little bit. That's okay. That goes there. That goes there. This goes here. And then this guy goes on the back. Goes here. And then this one on the front. With this in place. Oh yeah, you still see a little bit of the red shining through there. Yeah, I'll have to paint that little gold dot and a couple things so we get this one put together here. Get you in first. 10. I think yesterday was like an hour and 1 or something like that. Couple extra minutes for armor. Get this in here. That one goes here, right? Yep. That one is going to be the side, yep. Okay. Come on, get your head back in there. There you go. There we go. Got our boots. Got our girl. She's got her hood, her little cloak hood. That's a custom part made from scratch. You won't find that anywhere. So we've got our legs on both girls now. So we've got our Sith Magatsuki. And then of course she'll get some side skirt armor here too. And then we've got our Jedi girl. They have weapons. Her primaries will probably be the 2 blue beam sabers, and hers will probably be the 2 beam scythe sickles. Kind of a new spin. I do have some others here that I've built though just for funsies. A slightly longer blade, more like a broadsword. Red, more traditional style lightsaber. Red double blade. Purple, if we're going to be like Mace Windu with a really big sword, or super long, thin, two-hand. But I haven't fully decided on that yet. She might, I don't know, maybe she'll be a like a sword dancer. She can actually use the Force to wield extra swords above her head and have 2 swords, you know, in her hands, kind of thing. I don't know. I haven't really thought about that far yet. But I did give myself some weapon options here to choose from for when I actually get to that, and I might do some posing and pictures and stuff. So, well, yeah, it makes her just a tiny bit taller. That's good. Looks like I'm gonna have to do a little cleanup. My black is rubbing off on her thighs a little bit. That's okay. That'll all be part of that later. So, yeah. So there they are. Both the girls. Stand them up here next to each other. She's actually quite a bit taller. Very menacing, very Sith versus Jedi. I am considering giving her her front sash so that we're not showing off as much tummy on her. I do have an armor plate that can go in there. I just don't really care for how it looks. That would be this piece here. And I might install it. I'm not 100% sure. If I do, I think I have to use the other armor option, and I'm just not sure that I want to do that. Maybe it goes this way. Does it go this way? Which way does it go? I don't know. Not if we can do it. I think it does go this way though. It follows the curves of the body better. I think if I use that one, I actually have to use. I think I have to lose the breastplate, or maybe I don't know. But yeah, that would go there, and that would, you know, give it a more tunic style, make her look a little bit more modestly covered. But I haven't quite decided on that one yet. But yeah, so they can both stand up now. I no longer have to use the trees or the pieces of tree to get them up there, and they're just going to sit here on the computer for now. So I'll put her over here so that she's not in front of the power button. I'm going to be hitting that shortly. And then I'm going to end the stream here in just a moment. And if you came and watched and lurked and didn't comment, thanks for joining me. If you're watching this later, I'll, thanks for watching this far or getting through the video or whatever. Yeah. Not much else to say, really. So I guess that's it. We'll see you next time. I'll be back this weekend. I'll try to do arms for both girls because the arms won't take much. It's just the forearm, shoulder, and then the arm armor. I'll probably do both on the same stream. And then the girls themselves will be basically complete. I'll just have touch-up work and stuff to do from there. So really excited to see how they're actually going to look, weapons in hand, sparring off against each other, aggravated, and then the detail paint and everything, adding the decals. So there's still some work to be done. Still some work to be done yet. Long ways to go. And she's in process. And then when I get into the gold for the detail painting, I'll probably be bringing over the angel that I've been working on for ages. And I'll probably try to get some of that done. I might finally make the wings static. Won't get them posed where I want them exactly. And then get her done, and then in the meantime, once things kind of settle down, I think I might take Wonder Woman upstairs and start assembling her when we're just sitting on the couch doing nothing. But I don't really see that happening. I want to get back into the studio daily sketchbook project. Hopefully this week. Probably after the 1st, I think we'll hit that hard, and then that's going to tie up a couple hours every evening. So yeah, just keep an eye out for the streams. Pop in, say hello, and we'll see you next time. All right.